to Chicago, and I came here for open house, and I love the city, I love the school, I loved the dancing, I loved all of it.
That's the one thing I really value most about Columbia's Dance Center is that they make smart dancers. All of my friends here, I can say hands down, some of the most intelligent people I know.
We don't just dance. we can't just dance anymore. You go and see a show and you can't, like, what you learned in your cultures and histories of dance class doesn't go away.
And the Dance Center, as a part of Columbia College, is our location here in the South Loop, right in the heart of Chicago. The opportunity that our students have to be in the place that R&B historically emerged onto the world, to be in the place that cultivated the blues, to be in a place where house dance was a major player in the history of jazz in the United States, tap dance in the United States, to be in a place like the Dance Center of Columbia College that has been for 40 years at the pinnacle of presenting contemporary and experimental dance performance. I think that these are all things that we have to offer to a dance student that comes to Columbia College, particularly, that you won't find anywhere else.
We do have this professional presenting series embedded in the department. Our students not only get a chance to see performances by working artists in areas of aesthetics and content and dancing that they're interested in, but they can also engage with those people, interact with them in the classroom, take classes from them, have conversations with them. They're literally in residence with us, living with us. This kind of interaction gives the students a sense of what might be possible for them and introduces them to kinds of work that they might not have engaged with in the past. So there's an immense amount of variety and interactivity that happens.
Especially with the writing aspect and learning so much about how to interpret dance and write about it accurately. It really makes a difference in how you value yourself as an artist and other people, because it's not about the dance, the finished product, for me anymore. It's about the process and the journey. And writing really helps you to articulate how you view other people's work.
I started out doing competitive hip hop, actually, and so I came to Columbia, and I had never taken a ballet class, I had never taken a minor class, and it was all totally new to me, but I just fell in line, and I loved it, and I picked up really fast, and I've been taking other classes like jazz and African and hip hop, and it's just all coming together. When I go from an African class to like a modern class or a ballet class, I think it all informs, it just helps me find my body a little bit more, and like helps me move through space and like different aspects focus on different things, but I think it all comes together as one big universal piece to help you figure out what you're trying to do.
It's really not about tricks, it's not about who can jump the highest. I mean, eventually, sure. It's very essential to kind of just go back to the basics, break it down, find out what weighted feels like, find out what grounded feels like, find out where your center is. You find that you start building on these little tiny skills that you didn't think were important, but 2 years down the road, you find that like, oh my gosh, you don't realize how much training it really takes to kind of get in tune with your body and be self-aware.
I have learned how to look critically at dance. I've learned how to not take things personal, how my body and my representation is different than other people's, and that's okay. I've learned, I think, how to build a community.
We're really focused and careful to mold this really well-rounded individual who has skills in performance, in choreography, in teaching, in writing.
We're giving them resources that will allow them to improvise in just about any situation in life. And one of the things you need to be able to do in this world is improvise in situations that you can't always control, or where you're managing in a context with a lot of other people and you don't know what's going to come at you next.
I think that there's something important about a dancer that can spin on their head, sitting in the hall next to a dancer that can spin on their toes. The mutual and maybe being around one another, not just in the dance studio, but also sitting next to each other thinking about a problem in a cultural studies class. I think that there's something really powerful about the juxtaposition of that, especially in an environment where difference is valued.
Singing the midst of that battles, visually speaking, taking the twist, bad platters, all through the head, the things don't matter. Space time is mine, enough to kick back. Don't get the grind in the line, stop the whole thing. The new one's going to